You do not even understand how shocked I was when I found out that Koreans need to have a picture, they need to have a portrait of themselves on their CVs. And the reason for that is just, it was so beyond me when I found out. It's just, wow. I guess I should start by telling you guys a little bit of a history on me and my weight and my body. Basically, I have never been the skinny child. I was born overweight. I have been overweight all my life. Well, overweight. I guess you can say I lost my baby fat during my late teens. I'm still 18 only, so you know, I'm guessing it's not all gone, but like, weight has always been something I've struggled with, but because of how I've seen other people struggle with weight, I've always tried to avoid making my weight a big concern in my life, because I didn't like the fact that people obsessed over a number on the scale. Because okay, this is what happens with me. I get on the scale and I see this number and I'm like, okay, well that's not good. But then I look in the mirror and I'm like, well, I like my angles, I like my proportions. Why does the scale not show what I'm seeing in the mirror and what I'm satisfied with in the mirror? Why is the scale not reflecting that? So that was always my biggest problem, and because of that, weight has always been a bit of a sensitive thing for me. I used to, you know, go to bed thinking, oh yeah, this time next year I'm going to be super skinny. I'm going to have to reorganize my wardrobe and get new clothes that will fit my tiny body. I'm going to just be a new person. And then the time that I was imagining that this would all happen would come, and I would still be the same old me. And I realized that although I wanted to lose weight, I didn't want it bad enough to actually be able to motivate myself into doing something about my weight. This is when K-pop came into my life. Now, if you guys didn't know, I got into K-pop in 2015. It's been a little over a year now since I got into K-pop. And when I got into K-pop, I obviously started finding out more about Korea and Korean culture and Korean beauty standards and all things like that. And the whole concept of Korean beauty standards was so different from what I was used to seeing. You know, right now, the Western world has set the Kardashians as, you know, the beauty standard that every girl should aspire to have at the moment. Unfortunately, we have people like Ashley Graham who are, you know, turning things around and setting new standards of beauty. But, you know, that's only been recent, you know, during the time of K-pop. It wasn't as serious as it is now. When I got into K-pop, I found out about, you know, how Koreans want a higher nose bridge, a V-shaped jaw, things like that. And I am not going to say I was too pleased by the fact that Korean society was so fixated on changing your features instead of learning to love yourself. But I have grown to understand that different people have the right to choose what they want to view as the standard of beauty, what they want to. People have the right to define their own standards of beauty. That's where I'm going with this video. That's what I'm trying to get across, and I hope that, you know, it's working. After getting into K-pop, I saw that, you know, I would see like Hallyu news about K-idols going through difficult times with their weight. You know, I used to find out about all these crazy different plastic surgery treatments, or just like artificial treatments that you could get to alter your body, whether it was chemically or by actually, you know, taking something out of your body. And that as a whole, just thinking about it and looking at it, was really crazy, you guys. Like, it was quite eye-opening for me. I didn't know that there was so much going on in the world, you know, from that particular perspective. You know, like, I don't know how to express that, but soon after I found out about the plastic surgery industry in Korea, and how idols take part in that, and how the general society takes part in that, I soon after found out about plastic surgery industry in Brazil. Now that was also quite an eye-opener for me. I didn't know that things were like that in Brazil, and that Brazil, we have Korea, then I found out about Thailand, then I found out about America. Basically, K-pop opened my eyes to beauty as a whole. I found out about various beauty standards around the world, across the entire planet. And when I saw that, I realized, and I told myself, if this many different people can set the standard of beauty, surely that means that I can do that for myself as well. I don't have to fit into a particular mold set by X number of people that are trying to tell me that this is what defines beauty. If you look like this, that is the only time that you will be accepted in society. I should be able to have a voice and be able to decide for myself that I want to look like this, I want to feel like this when I look like this, and all that good stuff. And I know that this may come across, the way I'm putting things may come across as though I look down on plastic surgery. I really don't. I've learned to understand the culture. I've learned to realize that people really truly do have the right to choose what they want to do to their bodies. I mean, we get tattoos. I'm here with a septum on my face. I can have a septum, and so can someone else. We have full control of our bodies. We just need to know when to stop changing things to our bodies. We need to be able to define a moment when we can say enough is enough, if you guys get what I'm trying to say. In K-pop, idols, it's an idol's responsibility to take charge of how society views them. They're popular people. Obviously, they set certain standards in society. Like if EXO Kai is building up his arm muscles, then other guys may start thinking, hey, maybe having great arm muscles is like the new thing, let's all get fit. They are in such a high position in society that they can easily influence everyone else. And I've noticed that a lot of idols, for example Amber from FX, take pride in who they are, how they portray themselves, and how they let society see them. And seeing people like that sort of inspires me in a sense. I see that she was able to take charge over her life and how she feels about herself. Surely I can do that myself as well. Even though I may not necessarily have as much influence as her, I could potentially speak to at least just one person and let them know what I've learned, and that might change their life and their perspective about weight and body confidence as a whole. And taking all these things into consideration, I've really I've thought a lot about this, and I've started to appreciate my body. I have recently started working out, but the reason why I started working out was not for weight loss, it was for fitness. Fitness is important, fitness is essential. You need to stay fit to stay healthy, right? And in turn, I've noticed that I have started losing weight, but I have made it a point to remind myself constantly that weight loss is not the goal here. Weight loss is not essential, because at the end of the day, I am healthy, I eat right, I work out, I take care of my body. I don't want weight loss to become an obsession in my life. And because I continuously tell myself that and remind myself that, I have learned to love myself even more and accept myself for who I am. And I think more and more people need to be in a position where they can do this and stop allowing society to influence how they think about themselves so much, because then we can all finally be independent thinkers, and that's the type of society I want to live in. So basically what I'm trying to say is, I just wish everyone would realize that they are in control of their lives. If you were in an accident when you were younger that let's say, damaged your skin, you were caught in a fire, instead of trying to hide away because of that, you need to learn to find pride in the fact that you are unique. Of course, it's a painful journey. Of course, it's not easy. I've never been in that situation, so I can't tell you that, it's quick, 1-2, you can get over it real quick. I know that lots of people have been through lots of things that involve, their bodies changing in ways that they didn't expect would ever happen to them. And I know that different people have been caught up in different situations. People have found themselves with eating disorders and things like that. And what I'm just trying to say is, we all go through something, we're all hurting in some way. And what we should try and do now is to find like a small piece of hope or faith inside yourself that will help you motivate yourself to love yourself even more, to the point where instead of wanting to change yourself, you just learn to appreciate and work with what you've got and make it your pride and joy. And I'm also not trying to promote, self-obsession and vanity and all those things. I'm just trying to promote pride in yourself and, just love yourself, be unique, enjoy what you have going on. And instead of trying to be mainstream, try and make other people want to be like you. Just be happy, you guys. That's all I'm trying to say. Be happy. And I really, really, truly hope I got my point across. This is honestly something so precious to me, and I hope that you guys understand what I'm trying to get at. If you enjoyed this video, please, leave me a comment below and give me a thumbs up, and make sure to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next time.
여러분 안녕하세요. 여러분 안녕하세요. 여러분 안녕하세요.